Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe.
Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist Cognac Wellerlane, and we are just about to see a very, very important interview, Zoom interview, with Mirella Cameran-Reilly from the Southampton Stony Brook Hospital. And this is all about their very special fundraiser charity gala. So keep watching more of my Zoom interview with Mirella Cameran-Reilly. Hello, darlings. Welcome back. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist Cognac Wellerlane, and I have two very special guests from the Southampton Stony Hospital, and that is Mirella Cameran-Reilly and this beautiful blonde. Introduce yourself, darling.
My name is Kellie Pettit, and I'm the Assistant Director of Special Events for Southampton Hospital Foundation.
Well, this is something that's very, very exciting. Every year, the Southampton Hospital, Stony Brook Southampton Hospital, has their charity gala on August 1st. It is a Hamptons tradition. And because we are living in a very awkward time right now, you are still going to have your charity gala, but it's going to be very different because of COVID-19. Tell my audience what is going to take place on August 1st at this particular charity gala that will be so different that it will be marked in history as the most unusual event that you've ever had. Explain to my audience what is going to take place.
So, I think we're the only ones doing this. I think a lot of events have had to be cancelled or delayed.
Darling, everything has been canceled. All my media events have been canceled from since this happened to the end of the year. So I'm doing Zoom interviews now. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, so we will not be cancelled because the fundraiser is extremely important to the hospital. As you know, it raises the funds we need to keep the emergency department going 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So we raise really important money for the emergency center. Nobody is turned away. Everyone is taken care of who shows up at the Stony Brook Southampton Emergency Department. The other thing is we're building the future East Hampton Satellite Emergency Department, which is also a really important resource for the community further out east. And so this year we need to raise money to help support that and build that facility. And then we also have our Healthcare Heroes Fund, which was set up at the beginning of COVID to support the healthcare heroes within our Stony Brook Southampton Hospital family. So raising money this year is super important. But also we, as a community, as you said, this party really gets the community together, and we felt it was even more important to bring people together this year than actually any other year. So we needed to find a way to do that with a bit of ingenuity and creativity. We decided to do a hybrid. So people can still buy tables, but instead of hosting at the Wicker grounds under a massive tent,
at that particular venue that you had every year, you would have it in that open field. So everybody would, by the way, my husband and I, last year was the most magnificent I've ever seen it. Larry Scott, he did an amazing job with the way the flowers, and I'm going to miss that this year, unfortunately.
Thank you.
But it was.
Thank you. Yes, it really was.
The food, the decorations, everything was just over the top.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a really fun event. We raised a lot of money and everyone had a great night. But instead of this year, the theme was going to be Gala in the Garden. So instead we changed it to Gala in Your Garden. So everybody who buys their table, as usual, they can still host 10 guests if they have the space to do that, while still observing social awareness and distancing protocols. If they have the space, they can still host 10 people at home. And we are bringing everything that they need for the party to their homes. And the other massive difference is that this year we decided that during the pandemic, the support for the hospital was absolutely overwhelming. Every day, the staff were fed breakfast, lunch, and dinner by local restaurants. People were delivering all kinds of things to help support workers, to help brighten their days.
To help the hospital staff, because these are our real heroes, the staff of the hospital. So, but getting back to the party, getting back to the charity gala. So
yes.
I'm a little confused about this. So
yes.
I get the whole idea, the concept that the party is going to be at the person who's buying the ticket at
yes.
their particular estate, their home,
yes.
their estate, and everything's going to be catered and brought to. They have the wine, the food.
Yeah. So just on that,
even the decorations too.
Well, so on that, the local community, as I was saying, supported us so well that we decided this year that we wanted to work with all local businesses, local artisans, local restaurants, in order to bring the party to the host. So we've partnered with a big list of people in order to make that possible. So when you buy a table, you receive 3 things. One of them is a party box. In the party box will be some delicious, which is why I have right here, some delicious Wolfer wine. Yes, Wolfer is our title sponsor, and they will be providing 2 bottles of beautiful wine. Sorry, Tess. 2 bottles of beautiful wine for the party box. There'll also be local brand Montequila will be in the box. And then Janet O'Brien has catered the rest of the box with hors d'oeuvres, cheese and crackers. In fact, a margarita mix. And then we've got some other local
margaritas. Wow.
Who doesn't? And so that's going to be in the box. And then we've got some other local businesses contributing. We've got Hampton's Unpoured Candles. We've got Amagansett Sea Salt. We have got what else do we have? One more thing. And we have Southampton Soap Company. So that will all be.
I'm sorry, darling, those masks, but what did you say? I can't hear you.
The Southampton Soap Company has got putting a beautiful soap along with the candles, along with all the food and the wines, and in a handmade box by Kim John Designs and Florists. So they're making a box. It's going to be filled to the brim with all these beautiful things that get delivered to your door during the day.
It sounds like it's even better than having it at a venue, actually. It sounds like it's better. But you
don't have to beat the traffic. You don't have to beat the traffic. And then you have 2 more things. You get a beautiful bouquet or table decoration from a local florist. We're working with Sag Harbor Florists. We're working with Anchor and Bloom and King John Designs and bridal flowers. So they will deliver a beautiful bouquet to dress your table. And then, if you would like, included in the table price is the option to order dinner for your 10 guests from a local restaurant. So it could be Tifo Giorno in Sag Harbor in Southampton. It could be 75 Main in Southampton. It could be Calissa in Bridgehampton. It would
can you pick the restaurant?
Absolutely. You pick the restaurant. So you get all of this with your table. And then there's a virtual portion. I think we've all been on Zoom for too long and too many days. So we're just asking for 7 minutes at 7 p.m. to toast the healthcare heroes. And we'll be toasting with our Wolfer bubbly rosé here. And we're just going to have a short video. We're just going to take a quick look back.
That's what I wanted to ask you. I mean, this is the highlight question. The party is good. The food is good. The wine is good. The gift bag is good. All that's good. But can we actually see the ceremony? Is there a way we could see the ceremony of you awarding these people or presenting? How is this all going to take place? That's my biggest question, because everybody wants the party, but we want to see what's going on. So it's
Well, one
one
of the key differences, our honorees this year have to be our healthcare heroes. There's no shadow of a doubt that they're all our heroes and they are our honorees for this year. And we're doing something very special with the ticket price. So what we're offering this year is a $50 ticket just to get onto the virtual toast. You don't have to purchase a table. You don't have to do anything else except for a $50 donation. And what we'll do is the week of the event, we'll send a link to your email of your choice, and you just sign on at 7 p.m. and you'll see our CAO, Bob Challoner. He'll start the event, and what we'll do is we'll have a video of all of our healthcare heroes doing their job during COVID. We have a bunch of pictures and videos. We have some quotes from all of the frontline workers, and it's going to be an amazing video, and we're going to toast our healthcare heroes and really give them the recognition that they deserve this year. So we want everybody to join and see and really honor them, because that's, you know, that's who really
That's what
needs
the
it.
whole thing is about.
Exactly.
So tell my audience how many honorees are there that will be receiving.
We have over 1,200 employees here at Stony Brook Southampton Hospital. So it's not just one doctor, one physician, one nurse, one resident. This is for everybody. We're dedicating this entire event to all of our healthcare workers.
I see.
Anywhere from the environmental service staff to respiratory therapy, to ER doctors, to nurses, to administration. Everybody played a part this year during COVID. So this really goes out to everybody that is in our healthcare system here at Stony Brook Southampton Hospital.
Now, do you have any videos online about COVID-19, how the hospital is addressing that issue? Do you have a video like on YouTube about that?
We have some press releases that are out there, and we have some ads and stuff, but we don't have videos. That would come from our marketing department. And really our video this year during the virtual toast is us doing our own video of, you know, some of our directors and some of our administrators, some of our physicians, and them telling the real story of really what happened and what they went through. We wanted to really hit home with all of our community and let them see what they really went through, because everybody wants to know, you know, how hard it really was.
Well, I just, go ahead, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
The video will premiere the video during the live toast, and then it will be available afterwards.
I see. Now, I have to tell you something that happened to me recently. Now, I don't know if you know this. Mirella, you might know this. I might have said this to you, but I am a cancer survivor. I had breast cancer. And thank God it was stage 1 breast cancer. I went to my doctor, had my routine checkup. I went a little later than usual, but I was only stage 1. So, and I had a history in my family. My mother had it, my grandmother had it. But I don't know if my situation was because of them. It could have been environmental. I mean, I was in 9/11, so who really knows? But I go for my checkups every 6 months. So I just went to my checkup, not yesterday, but the day before. And I spoke to a nurse, and you know, Mirella, the nurse looks just like you. She looked just like you. She could be your double. And she was a pregnant woman, you know, already like in her mid-30s, she's pregnant. I said, oh my God, what a time to be pregnant. And she told me that everything you see on television about COVID-19 is true. She says it's true. It's totally overwhelming. I was in the hospitals. It's overwhelming in the hospital. And because, you know, me as a journalist, you know, me as a host, a TV host, I'm a very inquisitive person. So I have to know I want to know the facts. I don't want to know fiction. I want to know the facts. I says, is it really true, or are they just hyping this up for ratings? Because I'm in media. I know this. I know when they hype it up on TV because they want the ratings. They hype it up on the internet because they want the views. They hype it up in the newspapers because they want you to buy the newspaper. But, you know, I said to her, is this hyped up or is this real? And she says, I'm looking at you right in your eyes, and I'm telling you, it is not hyped up. It is true. Here at South, not because I don't live in the Hamptons. I live in Nassau County. So South Shore, Long Island, there's a hospital. And that's the hospital where I had my surgery. And it was a beautiful little hospital, South Nassau Community Hospital. And she said, we were overwhelmed. And I said, is it really that much worse than the flu? And she goes, 10 times worse than the flu. We were overwhelmed. Thank God now we're at, she said we're okay. But what was your experience at the Southampton Hospital? Were you overwhelmed, guys? Was there like so many people coming in with this COVID?
Well, there were a lot of patients. There were definitely a lot of patients, but fortunately, the team at Southampton were able to be really inventive and creative and create tripling the ICU beds, finding different ways to obtain more respirators, and the hospital was never overwhelmed. Every patient was taken care of. Fortunately, it was a huge effort that took place.
I can imagine.
Yeah, areas of the hospital, non-clinical areas were turned into clinical areas. A lot of new equipment was brought in. Resources were important to reallocate and to increase new staffing, new nurses, new doctors allocated to COVID. But with all of those efforts, the performance of the hospital was actually, thankfully, outstanding. The success rates for recovering patients was extremely high versus other hospitals are experiencing. And fortunately, every single person who came here was taken care of, and we had a bed for everybody. So we're really, really, we're really grateful to the teams. As Kellie said, everybody pulled together. It was engineering and maintenance and security and everybody to transform this hospital ready for COVID. And now we're ready to, preparations are still in place. We're not letting our guard down. We're ready for whatever comes next.
It's really strange how, because this is a big country, and every city, every state got affected differently. It's like Europe. I mean, the United States is like the equivalent to all of Europe with all the little countries. Little countries are like states, like here. So, I mean, we were bad here in New York, but down in Florida, they never got it they don't have it until now. So they seem to be peaking now, but now that they're peaking, I believe the healthcare has a better knowledge of how to treat patients with it. I mean, that's what the nurse told me the other day. She says, there's more people getting it in the South, but we know how to treat it better because we know more about it now. Am I right about that?
Well, I think people are still learning a lot, honestly, about it. But I think that what we do know, I'm not a clinical person, and nor is Kellie, but what we do know is that social distancing and wearing masks is so important. So
that's what I want to ask you. Mirella, you know me. Mirella, my whole life is about elegance and glamour, and poor Jean and we can't wear our ball gowns anymore. So, but she's doing other things now. She's such a good philanthropist. But, with this all going on, and now we're better, I am going out again. I don't like to go in the stores. I don't like to shop in the stores. I'm a little nervous about that. My husband and I will go out to dinner, but we go outside. Is that okay, guys? Is that okay?
Well, I sadly have, as I said, no clinical training, so I'm not really in a position to be able to give you, advice. Personally, I think we know that outdoors is a lot better, and we also know that wearing masks outdoors, it really reduces risk. So the social distancing, the outdoors, the mask wearing, these things are making a difference, and that's why everybody has to stick with it and stick to what we know works. We're doing it for ourselves. For everybody.
Mirella, I feel like I'm living in I feel like I'm in a science fiction movie.
You should come over here.
What's going on?
to come and see some of the preparations at the hospital. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe what you can see. We have so many testing sites. We have so many areas to treat patients, to receive patients, to separate patients. I mean, it's unrecognizable what's been done.
I'm sure that the healthcare providers, the nurses and the doctors are wearing, they look like aliens with what they're wearing. Am I right about that?
They have several layers of protection, and then they have so many protocols in terms of how to get into their scrubs and their protective equipment and their PPE, and to get out of their PPE, and the environmental services too, the cleaning crews. The level of technology that they have now is so impressive. They're using all kinds of high-tech equipment to make sure that everything is super sanitized. So yeah, it's a different place. You'll have to come and visit us, because the hospital is not somewhere people should be afraid of coming. They need to be taken care of. They have to come. Like, people still need their routines, checkups. They still need to be taken care of. The systems are here, and they're in place to take care of people and keep them safe.
That is so important. I tell people you have to go. I had a friend, she was supposed to go for surgery for something. It was really plastic surgery. She was afraid. She put it off, but now she had it done, you know, because things calmed down. Things calmed down here in New York. Let's hope it stays that way, right?
Right.
Let's hope it stays that way. Let's hope it doesn't come back here. Guys, I don't know, just you, both of you are beautiful. And you're both wonderful people, and I'm so happy that you decided to, you know, think out of the box and be innovative and want to have something, have some kind of a celebration, have something. We need that. We need encouragement. We need celebration. We need to support the hospital. And this is a great idea. What a fabulous idea. Is there anything else? We're going to close the interview now. Is there anything else that you guys want to tell me?
No, we just hope that people will support us, and just remember what you're supporting this year and how important it is. Just in case, God forbid, we have another spike, we really need to support the healthcare heroes. And the deadline for our event is coming up this Wednesday, July 22nd. So if you have any questions, please call the foundation office, but we just really hope that everybody supports us this year.
Okay, and if we need to find out more information about the event on August 1st, where should we go for the charity gala? Where should we go for that?
You can go right to our website. There's right on the top, there's a banner that says Gala in Your Garden annual event, and you can click right there and it has all the information.
Okay, and tell my audience what the website is.
It's www.stonybrooksouthamptonhospital.org.
Gorgeous. You girls are the best. You ladies are the best. I love you both, and thank you for sharing all this information to my audience. And I want to give you a big pink champagne kiss. Mwah!
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you so
having us.
much. Thank you for having us.
Well, welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist Cognac Wellerlane. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We will be having more Zoom interviews coming up. I hope you enjoyed the Zoom interview I did today with the Southampton, Stony Brook Southampton Hospital with Mirella Cameran-Reilly. So keep watching. More coming up, darlings. And I love you all. And pink champagne kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in pearls. I love to mingle, though my husband reminds me I'm not single. I meet and greet both the famous and the elite. I ride in limousines, drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry. A girl can't complain. I live the upscale life, dining in the finest restaurants, eating the best caviar for free. And no matter how much I enjoy cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh.
This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.